Happy Sunday. We are going to walk to Beverly Hills. I figured I'd start at this beautiful fountain. So we're just on the scooch of West Hollywood. I don't even know what scooch means. It's not a word I usually use. So we need to slide over perhaps. West Hollywood behind us. The Troubadour just beyond that orange building. They're having some kind of teen rock and roll event today. There's our lovely members emoji right up there, the Beverly Hills side. Feel free to sport that. I can't always see if people are here, but it looks like we got one. Thank you for joining. So we're going to walk through lovely Beverly Hills. In this green park that we've walked through before, there is a art show today. I hope my sound is working. It is not. I haven't even turned on my DJI thing, so rough start. Running in 1 second with a nicer sound. There we go. Welcome, welcome. So there's an art show up here, I was saying. We've walked through this park before. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day to walk through the park. Lots of people running. I'm sure will be lots of looks served. I guess maybe I don't mean that. I mean lots of yoga looks served, but lots of like people looking at the camera, maybe because they don't want to be filmed because it's Beverly Hills. But welcome. So this is the really fun park. And by fun, I mean just a nice park. It's a little bit of nature right along the side of Santa Monica Boulevard. Thank you for serving looks. You were serving a look this morning. I liked your fit. So the art show, I've never actually gone through the art show before. It's totally free. I don't know if it's like an every month thing or like a every quarter thing. I really don't know much about the art show, except that I've driven by it. I don't know if it's the kind of art I like, if it's going to be my art vibe, or if it's going to be like Thomas Kincaid, which is cool, you know, for people who like it. Art is subjective. We are all allowed to like our own type of art, music, fashion, right? So we're here to observe the art show and then maybe go down to Rodeo Drive, and then we'll probably get some looks served. I took the bus here. I bumped the live by 10 minutes because the bus took a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I almost never take the bus, but I've taken it twice this weekend. Well, in the past 3 days, and I'll be taking it a third time today. It's kind of inefficient, and maybe it's just sort of the Matrix or Murphy's Law, but it always seems like buses going in the direction I don't want to go in are more plentiful. The best thing about taking public transportation right now, though, is that you can just pull up maps and find out when the next bus or train is coming. So lovely neighborhoods up there. We're gonna peek up a little closer, further down to one house in particular, and then go down to Rodeo. If I remember, you gotta remind me. Witch's house. It's not really a witch's house. I've never walked to it. I've only driven to it, so I'll be quite surprised if I should find it. So it'd be really nice if my neighborhood had a park like this. It's pretty. But what do you expect from Beverly Hills? Lovely tree canopy. I cannot remember what was here before. Might have just been a sidewalk. No, it couldn't have been. These trees are pretty groomed or old, maybe. Anyway, how's everybody's Sunday? And welcome, welcome. Please, if you're just watching, feel free to like, subscribe, and chat. It really helps us with the algorithm. So we get a little pinch of Century City up ahead. Whenever I think Century City, I think Olivia Newton-John TV special and Planet of the Apes. One of the Planet of the Apes was filmed there. I think the last one from the original Planet of the Apes. We won't be going to the mall, to the Century City Mall today. But maybe. If you'd like to go there, drop a comment down below. Just kidding, I don't think there's a down below until after this is over. So if this is over and you'd like to go there, drop a comment down below.
The bus sitting in the front.
Welcome, welcome. While we're out and about, I want to thank all of my members for their continued support. I'll give a big shout out and hug to you guys in a giant font. Memberships are available. We do videos every Tuesday, live video vault, fun emojis. There's that lady practicing running with her purse. Or running away from somebody. So thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Let me add a little jazz to that. Since nobody's talking and here, woo! Thanks members. If you do happen to like and subscribe, please chat. We're pretty friendly. So, the sad thing is, it's not really sad. The spooky thing is, I'm afraid an artist might yell at me for filming their stuff. But I'll turn away. This is what's going on in my head. You know, I'm still, after all these months of live streaming, getting used to live streaming. It says use crosswalk. But if I use that crosswalk, I will be waiting forever. Gotta risk it once in a while. Pretty easy risk. I sure hope you're getting some of the truly lovely ambient noise. It's not so bad. Joe, let me know if it's a little windy. I think it's like 69 or 70 degrees. The wind feels like it's 8 miles per hour. Going northwesterly, that is my guess. Let's see what we've got on the weather ticker. We got south. Well, I didn't wet my finger and try it out in the air. But it's definitely a lovely day for a walk in the park. Oh, 71. What was it when we left? Like 68 degrees. So this is a rose maze, which you can easily not get lost in, but a delightful little treat nonetheless. I would love a rose maze in my neighborhood. Only in Beverly Hills. The roses actually smell good. Nifty. Chat is awfully quiet today. Feel free to subscribe and chat and tell me how your Sunday is going. Look, it's a Hollywood Beverly Hills tour bus. These roses actually are super nostalgic to me. Just the smell of them. This garden's not looking so great. I just thought it was worthy of showing you the tea rose, big tea rose. It's pretty exquisite smelling. I think I saw a thumbnail for some gossip show today that said they were gonna free Puff Daddy, actually. He was gonna get off the hook. It is sunny and beautiful today. Happy Sunday. What a difference a day makes. It's supposed to heat up this week, so I guess it sort of started today. I feel like after I've been out, I could have wore shorts. I don't go to Beverly Hills that often. It's a beautiful city. This park is lovely. It's kind of culturally significant. I worked here for a while. It has ties to Beverly Farms in Massachusetts, right? I think that's how it got its name. And of course, we'll walk through the very alley. I didn't meet her, I just heard her screaming through what must have been shock-proof glass in a Escalade. It was in the alley between Beverly and Rodeo, behind what used to be Shocky's Mexican Grill, or Sharky's Mexican Grill as people sometimes pronounce it. So we got some agencies across the street, UTA, Live Nation. This is where Maverick Studios used to be, also, or record label when I first moved here. That tells you how long ago. Hiya. So, UTA is also new. And Live Nation didn't used to be here. I'm gonna slow my roll so we're not following these dudes all the way. We're gonna walk into the hills of Beverly, right, to the art show, which is up ahead. We're gonna try to check out some art. I'm not sure what this art show is like, Brave Bull. Happy Sunday, by the way. It could be, Thomas Kincaid art show, or it could be a cool modern art show, or it could be a sexy art deco statues, naked ladies kind of art show. I doubt it's the third, but Welcome, welcome, DC. Happy Sunday. The roses are pretty strong. They're almost stronger than when we went to the Rose Garden. I don't know what happened with this statue. It looks like it got a purple treatment. I don't think they tore down George Michael's favorite restroom. I watched a YouTube video on it. I was planning a walk there. My opinion, he was kind of set up. I think the cops did a lot of setting people up in those days, and the 40s, 50s, 60s. But I will, at the end of this live stream, I'll do my cover of Freedom by George Michael. I'm kidding. I don't have one. I don't think I appreciated the music of George Michael in its time. Hey, Focused. Happy Sunday. But like, there are certain songs that I really think are kind of fun to listen to, and I'm not sure if that's my memory of them and like what they mean to me somehow in the back of my mind, because I didn't like them at the time. But I don't know, I don't mind a couple of his songs. I don't know if I'm going anywhere for lunch. We have really been kind of healthing out, except I had a Korean fried chicken and rice bowl last night. I mean, it's supposed to be healthy. It had a blade of salad in it, a blade of grass, actually. Had like a couple leaves of salad in it. Wholeheartedly agree. Very talented. I just think I was too punk in the 80s to really appreciate him. Oh, so this kind of looks promising. I mean, this definitely looks like, from my angle here, rich people condo art, but there could be some cool pieces. I love anything that's like three-dimensional and textured. Of course. So here we go. And I would like to remind you that you've got to have art. Also, this looks like a crazy door with chicken wire on it. Okay, first person to yell at me, and I cry. I feel like that would overwhelm me, Brave Bull, to go to Long Beach Pride. And truthfully, my biggest opportunity on most of these streams is the signal, and I feel like in events, marches, even the county fair the other day, we totally lost our signal multiple times. It was kind of tough. But I am going to Long Beach this week, and I'm really excited to go. Because truth be told, I've never walked around Long Beach before. I've kind of always driven through it. Yeah, I think you did have to buy tickets, right? That seems to kind of take the fun, and it's not just the tickets for like the concert, I think for like the whole event. Okay, this is some stuff, I'll say. Kind of cool, veiny stuff. There are watercolors, some fun Vinto stuff, looking stuff. Is there a dish you might recommend in particular? And so, also we have some sort of California scenes here. This is what I expected from this art show. condo art. Well made, well done, but nothing super striking yet. I like how they put the most dramatic stuff at the edge, like the three-dimensional stuff. And then they're just, I kind of like that actually too, the sort of 3D Monet print. Hey, LA Unknown. Okay. Let me know if you guys see anything you like. I love this, but I don't have like a mall to put it in or a big foyer. This would take up my entire bedroom. But how fantastic. It's glass, little COVID-y. I love this stuff. I'm gonna get off this track. Hold on. I had to make a break from the path. I love this. This is kind of my speed. Not my price, but my speed. I also love these glass pieces. I didn't see a food truck, if that's what you meant. This is my favorite so far, and I don't want to get up close to it because I don't want the artist to come over, but I love, even if paint doesn't have a picture, like it's a pattern, but the texture is kind of amazing. Scott Ludwig. Wow, that's pretty excellent also. And we have very classic Ailana Dashi over there. Beautiful prince smiling. Some super, these are the sculptures I was talking about, except when I meant Art Deco nudes. Like this is for an alley. I mean a foyer. I really love sculpture though. My favorite.
How do you like your?
It's a little too much for this for this, but
Yeah.
this camera's so big,
Yeah.
it's the only one that can hold it up without getting like boom after 15 minutes.
Okay.
Are
you happy with it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah?
I wish it was I don't need all of this stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
like
I see.
filming myself in my bedroom or
Oh, okay.
anything.
Yeah.
But
I just bought one.
I love it.
I haven't even used it.
Break it
It's
out.
still in the packet.
I walk around with it actually
Oh, yeah.
every day, so
Okay.
it's holds up
Oh,
pretty well.
fantastic. All right.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, have
Take
a
care.
good day.
You too. All right. I just punched that guy. Like, I don't know why. You know when you fist bump somebody? I really saw. Don't want to step near JP. Oh, there's some trucks. But what do we have? Lasagna? Sorry, I'm totally in somebody's way. Lasagna and lobster. Okay, guys, what? These are the food truck's choices. Lasagna or lobster? Oh wait, there's more. If Joe was here, I'd maybe split some lobster roll. This one was on the Today Show. That's not our neighborhood food truck. Let's see what it... Cousin's Maine Lobster. What do we got for a price? $29 for a lobster roll here. We're gonna have to go, Joe, to hey Takade, sorry if I missed anybody, the lobster place near our house. I think it's on Beverly. It's an old gas station. We've walked by it a bunch of times. Now I can't remember what it's called. So, I love lasagna. No nasty comments. I just don't. It's now probably 75 degrees, and there's something about a plate of lasagna on a hot summer day that, unless it's cold lasagna, it isn't very appealing. Oh, I love this. It's my favorite. I keep saying that, but I love line cut painting. Christmas comes early. That's really lovely to hear. I don't think the umbrellas are usually out here. This is for the Art Fest. One of my neighbors has an umbrella. It says Starbucks on it. I don't know how they got it. The one thing you'll kind of notice, there's tons of folks, hey, out here to help tourists.
Oh, and then your mom
I love these things too. Really great stuff. I love mid-century. Oops, sorry. And we're at the top of Rodeo Drive. We'll finish this art fair out. There truly is something for everybody here and things for no one, which is the best thing about art. Also, these are another favorite. Also not so ridiculous. Like affordable art for the masses. Okay. We're gonna cross up here. I hope so. Sorry if I missed part of the conversation. Up. This is the creative zone. I think it's for kids. There's lots of crafty things. So, we still don't know if this is monthly or bi-monthly or every other month. That's what I meant. I see delicious looking boba. I can't really afford a boba in Beverly Hills. Hopefully,
Cups?
I like Robin Walker too. Oh, check out this little pup here. Does it remind you of anybody, Joey? This is what one of my dogs looks like. But bigger. Okay, some jewelry. Ooh, the wine and beer garden. I'm surprised they didn't just load the rosé wine into the fountain and let people scoop out. Everyone loves a rosé fountain. I love this too. Textural, three-dimensional, etched. It's pretty great. Etch house. A little Picasso-y looking. He won the Beverly Hills Art Show, it looks like. Ooh. I wonder if those get hot in the sun. I love the copper stuff. I actually have a tree that someone gifted me from a vacation that is actually made like that. And I literally, the tree gets caught, it's a smaller tree than that, but it gets caught in my sweater. So, let's go find the witch's house and then walk down back into the shopping area because I kind of feel like that might be more exciting, a little peaceful after that sort of crazy crowd that we just walked through. So I'm gonna take a right. Right at Beverly Hills Pres. We are on, I don't even know what street. I'll know in a second. Rodeo Drive, except not the shopping part. Just a little bit ahead. I think Doris Day went here, and I'm not joking, and I don't know how I know that, but I feel like I read that at some point. Seems like a church that Doris Day would go to. The wonder of Beverly. I have never seen this house before. Hey Mary! Good morning, good afternoon, good day to everybody. I have to say I'm intrigued by this one. What do you guys think? Is this just weird or weird enough to be cool? I love the little round windows. Very, probably built in the 90s maybe. And then Cheesecake Factory, sorry. A giant cheesecake factory right here. Right? It has portholes. The Cheesecake Factory house, this one. Oh, the other house is beautiful also. This is apartments. No, this is a house. It is painted literally like the inside of the Cheesecake Factory. Is this the street the Osbournes lived on? I feel like these look like those kind of Mac mansions. Oh, though there is a big vacant lot. Whoa, what do we have coming up here? Is this a mini White House? I didn't mean that for this to be a mansions tour today. It was supposed to be an art tour and a little Beverly Hills. Wow. They tear a lot of stuff down in this area, I've noticed. I remember, I may have told this story before, but when I was driving, the first time I visited Hollywood, I took a tour. My friends paid for it. It was their idea. I do kind of love a tour bus, though. And we drove by some house in the hills, and it had was Walt Disney's house, and they were tearing it down. But in the fence, it had his initials. Now, Walt Disney, politics aside, we're just saying, it kind of seemed like a landmark, or it could have been. But whatever, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. So hello, hello, hello. I feel like they don't have any backyards over here, though. When they build that giant, weird facade house, what on earth?
He's got his,
Yeah, what architectural excuse for that? Next to that cute little guy. Sorry, I'm not a mansion hater. Or this. That looks like one of those Sears homes, except on steroids. The door was all wrong. Anyway. These people must feel like the maids of the neighborhood. But it's small in the front and probably huge in the back. Please, no jokes. Oh, Carmelita, we're gonna go left here, but I think I'm gonna cross the street. And we'll just look at the other side of the street. They've done it in some of the La Brea area also. There'll be a little tiny 1950s or 60s house, which by tiny, I mean in that area it's probably still had 3 bedrooms or something from the 30s, and then they tear it down and build this thing that looks like it should be in Miami. Gross. I'm not making fun of Miami. They need medium density housing that is not brown. Everything they're building in my neighborhood right now looks almost exactly the same. It is a saltine box. So it's like a white box, and then it has brown, dark brown paneling on it. And to be honest with you, looks really great, but it's just gonna keep getting hotter, and if your brown house will just absorb so much heat, everything should be white and reflective right now. Ooh, we're gonna let this go, guy, because he wouldn't have it any other way. This looks like a person that doesn't stop for pedestrian. No. Neither am I, but have a good day. So, weak network. So, I just noticed that this house that's hidden behind the hill here, I'm trying to get to the witch's house. Looks like it got graffiti-ified. Yeah, oh no. They're just redoing it. Much cooler. Sorry, I think I have the weak network itch. I thought that house was all spray painted with graffiti. Look, another tour bus. We are going to be on one of those tour buses. It's not going to be a live stream. It's going to be for the live vault, though. And when we play it, it'll be a live stream because I'll be in the chat and be able to talk. That's my next live stream idea before the end of the month. I'm still working on my mystery tour, though. Like, you solve the mystery tour. Hey, it's not that hot, actually. I think it's 70 something, and it's a nice 8-mile-per-hour southerly breeze. I'm wearing jeans. At moments I feel perfect. Well, I also have a t-shirt on. Moments I feel perfect, at other times I kind of feel warm. So it depends on how physical you're being. I'm walking pretty slow. For me. So we're on Bedford Street, almost to the fun house. And I'm pretty sure I see nobody. Never mind. It was so cloudy yesterday. It was really kind of lovely. I thought it would be cloudy today also because I feel like that's what they said on the weather. However, it's pretty sunny. It's perfect. There's another tour bus. The perfect sunny day to be out. Like, not too hold, not too caught. Hey. What? You know what I mean. I realized I was doing that and then I just rolled with it. I'm gonna print that on a mug. You heard it here first. I'm not gonna print that on a mug. Yeah, I did read the temperatures are going to go up this week. I hope that it's I have got ahead of myself this week, so I've already done all my laundry. I was doing laundry last night. And then my dog, of course, stepped in some pile of tar, and then it took 2 towels to clean that off, so I probably should do laundry again. I got all my chores ahead for this week in the past couple days. Plus, I didn't work on Friday or live stream on Friday, so I kind of got caught up on my rest. '90s is like too much for me. My peak is like this. 79, I'm starting to get, I keep changing that degree. I vacillate back and forth. Sometimes it's 68, but I think like 79 is like my peak heat before my body starts to shut down. I think that means I'm a lizard person. I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm heading to Long Beach. I doubt I'll ever see a shore. But I'm kind of excited to explore. I'm going on Thursday. I'm taking the subway, as I like to call it. The Gold Line, as I also like to call it. But it's not even the Gold Line, it's like the Blue Line. Carrie? I actually have a Metro map in my pocket. My fanny pack, I should say. So I won't get lost. I might get on the train going in the wrong direction. I do that. I've done that like twice. I feel like when I use the whatever is on my watch or phone, it's not always right. I'll have to check out the Yahoo. Hey Jamie, happy Sunday. Alright, so I don't want anybody to think I'm robbing this place, but Because, you know, full pictures are important. That's the parking garage for this house, which doesn't look too special from there. There's its lovely fence and thatch. Where's the purple line going now in Beverly? I mean, now that it's being extended. So on the corner of Carmelita and Walden sits this place. No trespassing, clearly marked, we're not going in there. In addition to no trespassing, it has brambles to prevent you from going in there, a moat, and a witch on a swing. I kind of felt bad calling it the Beverly Hills Witch's House, but it really kind of owns up to that name, although that's not really what witches look like. So, this was moved from I could be wrong about the year and the studio. I didn't prepare for this guy. It has the coolest flora with poison. Probably not. Delicious raspberries growing right there. So this house was originally on the Warner Brothers lot, and it was moved over here in the 30s. And you can see videos of it on YouTube. Like people who actually get to go inside. I'm not. But the first time I saw it, transmission. The first time I saw it, we're gonna keep moving. I was just driving by, and it's quite a head turner, to be honest. Yeah, it's an old house from a movie set that was moved over here. I don't know Michael LeBeau, but if he lives here, I would like to meet him. But actually, this little bird wants to say hi. Go away before I peck your eyes out. That's a pretty cool house. I'm glad whoever actually moved that house over here decided to do that. So, not originally built for here. Well, God bless Michael for actually preserving this place, because it's honestly a treasure. The first time maybe I already said this or said part of it and stopped. First time I saw this house, it was just like driving by and I was like, what the what? I was on my way to the Macy's over here, which is not there anymore. I needed pants. I feel like when I first moved here, I was always looking for pants. Oh my God, I'm currently being recorded. You are too! I just figured they would want to know. He's super lucky. That house is a treasure. I hope people don't bother him a lot. I didn't open the gate. I didn't touch anything. I almost picked a blackberry though. Please don't tell him. I really didn't. I love this house too. It looks like it's from the set of Bewitched, right? Janet, little 50s houses, and then there's that. No offense, maybe I'm just jealous. This little colonial cutie right here. That's more than I can ever pay for the electricity on, but I kind of like those kind of houses. All right. So we're gonna head back to Little Santa Monica, or Santa Monica, and then to Little Santa Monica and walk down Rodeo. Check it out. Maybe walk through the alley and see who the Paps is stalking. I'm kidding, I don't really care about that, but it would be fun. So, other end of the park, the art show is a couple blocks of that away. I'm just gonna walk through the park till we get to the light. When we get to the light, I'm gonna cross the street. I think that's Rodeo Drive. Maybe. I think the thing that's tricky about walking up into Beverly Hills, though, is like the maybe one block up or two, the signal gets really terrible, at least for T-Mobile. If you're watching T-Mobile, they're not. I should start hashtagging T-Mobile. Maybe they'll stop telling me that they're gonna throttle me if I go over my limit again. I don't know that they've actually throttled me yet, but maybe. Maybe in like a bigger area. I have Verizon on my other cell phone, and it's not that great either. But my other cell phone isn't 4G LTE, so that might be the problem. Also, it's a Nokia, so it's sluggish already. Dude, on trash day, actually, I mentioned this a long time ago, except on the other end where the gate is, like, these alleys are gated. People throw the coolest stuff out in Beverly Hills. I wouldn't do it anymore, but when I first moved here, I also found some really cool furniture driving through the alleys. I would be afraid of chinchas nowadays. So this is Roxbury. We're gonna cross here anyway, and then walk over to Rodeo. Oh, and it's really awesome because the light is just changing now. Oop, there's our little Waymo buddy. Not picking us up today, or yet. I'm taking the bus home. All right. So this is Little Santa Monica. Big Santa Monica is the street that had the art show on it. You can see why it's confusing for everybody. So it's also called South Santa Monica. So if they hold their head down, they're hiding. Just remember that. I'm gonna get some space from these people. So here's a really great framing shop. I'm sure they have some really great stories because this shop has been here for ever and ever. It's the Beverly Hills Picture Framing Gallery. It's been here since that was a Rite Aid over there. So now we are at Camden? Not Camden, goes the other way. I'll know in a second. I'm gonna cross to the shadier side of the street because I'm starting to perspire. Which is not the way I want to be. And we're so close to Rodeo, but we're gonna need to, jeez. I wanted to cross to avoid this lady being behind this lady. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here today. Please do like, subscribe, and chat. Keep the chat party going. We are in Beverly Hills. On a really boring block. This restaurant on the corner, though, like 20 years ago, Crustacean, was the restaurant everybody talked about and went to. I never went. I wasn't everybody. I did go to this Rite Aid one time. Hey, just want to take a second to thank our members. Big love to you all. Definitely take all of our subscriber stuff and try to make engaging, fun content. Always open to suggestions. Memberships are always open. Although I have no interest, actually I shouldn't say that. Somehow I seem to get an awful lot of celebrity gossip BS. And I keep getting pictures of like, there's 90s celebrity. Can you recognize who they are? Because it is 30 years on from the 90s and they catch them in a terrible pose. I saw somebody outside of that restaurant that we just walked by in one of those pictures. I did not recognize the actor. I recognized their le pain quotidien. I can't even say that. Quotidien. I actually can. I took French. I don't know why I can't say that right now. I recognize that bag. There's the Hastings bed. That looks like today's look that I've seen the most of, not counting yoga pants, is like a silk slip looking dress. Almost a nightie. I think that's the shop, but I remember hearing that they flew the water in from New York to make the New York pizza. Saint Laurent. What? Oh, I thought it said tableware. I would love some Saint Laurent tableware. I think that might be a little overdoing the brand, but Alright. Maybe I'll run into Soy Mario, who does a lot of videos, or shorts I've seen from here. Alright. I'm crossing the street. This is the sunny side. I'm hoping to like get a sunburn on my arms today. Just joking. It's more interesting though. Waymo's still puzzling people from out of town. I want to see someone just poke it. Woo. Are you for real?
Oh, yes, yes.
I did read 2/3 of an article about Waymo versus the Tesla technology for driving. And the Tesla technology failed the two guys' tests because it started driving in a bike lane. But it's more efficient. It wasn't a total lose. I'm gonna try to squeeze by these dudes. Sorry. I don't know what it is, but a disproportionate number of people love to take their picture standing in the middle of the street. She got stuck. Look at that. All for the gram. And not even Heather Graham, Instagram. Oh my gosh, I've taken a Waymo now 3 times. I totally trust it. Why not trust it? I know they recalled 1,200 or 12,000 of them, but it was like a software glitch. My own car has had a software glitch. I've also like hacked the computer on my car and gave it a software glitch. Old car. We're at Chanel. It's so glossy. I wonder if the new Chanel 25 handbag is made in France, or it really costs $300 and comes from Chinese artisans that make it. Those TikTok videos were pretty cool. Oh. Okay, memories. I hope Brave Bull is still here because he's the one that requested this. We're on Brighton Way between Rodeo and Beverly Drive, not to be confused with Beverly Boulevard. So you're at the back of the Chanel. So this little alley, that side, not so much, except for Seal. This side, Tom Cruise, Maria Shriver, Britney Spears taking up both of those parking spots with her car. And that picture is in the paparazzi. Maria Shriver screaming behind, parked where probably that silver SUV is, just screaming and you could hear her through the glass. And then I feel like I saw Lindsay Lohan in this alley too. Bijan used to be over here. I don't think it is because we walked by on the front, or in the front, and I didn't see it. Yeah, it's not over here anymore. So maybe this isn't the celebrity hot spot, or hot pot. It used to be. I just think like the further we get from this being Los Angeles and Hollywood moreover being the center of television and movies, the less we'll have stuff like that. I mean, there's never going to be not a fan. Not a fan, but I never watched it. There's never going to be another show like Friends. Or, I'm not saying these are super talented actors and actresses or people that we're going to look at like that. We don't consume media the same way. And it's really expensive to work in California, which is what the governor is trying to deal with right now. Also, years back, you still had, when I first moved here, there was still like 80s and 50s overlap, because the 50s wasn't, I guess it was kind of far, 60s like overlap. I'm gonna call it the wrong name, but there was the shop over here that had been open since like the 60s. Carol Reed Shop is not what it was called. And now it's just basically, I'm surprised Geary's still exists, because people also don't entertain quite the way they used to. This is...
Now we're talking.
And so now we just got weird chain stores. Like lame ones. Oh, Geary's is still there. And then an Erewhon, because everyone needs. But we got a Cheesecake Factory. I don't know why I say we. I'm not a Beverly Hillian. I remember, you're right, I don't think it's as fancy, but I don't think we're as fancy as we were 20 years ago. We certainly don't dress as fancy. I think we're built for comfort now, and maybe that's the way it should be, and fancy dress should just be for when you're going to something fancy. I mean, I do like to wear slacks. I want to hope this lady gets in that car and drives it off. Is that yours?
No.
Oh,
We were looking-
I was
just
hoping.
looking what- yeah.
Crazy, huh? It was not hers. Maybe she thought I was accusing her of touching it. Hey, Alex. I was just trying to be playful. I forgot. I'm not. The microphone maybe is threatening. It's a Wilson Sporting Goods. I didn't know that they got hooligan. Actually, but 20 years ago, there was just like a Gap, Banana Republic, and I guess chain stores as well. You can smell the diptyque. It smells so great. Hey, Gridley. Happy Sunday. So what's up straight ahead of us? Oh my gosh, Pottery Barn is gone. Well, Pottery Barn probably should have gone like 10 years ago.
She's like,
It's weird that there's a Sephora over here.
So cool that I get to work right here.
I wonder if the Arthur Murray is still open. It's a beautiful space. I feel like I've been in there before when it was, hey, another restaurant. Don't laugh at my mom jeans. That's what Joe called them. They are kinda that like light denim color. I'm only a puppy mom or dad. So let's walk through this oh so elegant courtyard of faux opulence. No, you're not in Las Vegas. Very, Very classy. All right, I'm gonna turn the sound down for 1 second. Noise cancellation, very classy, very classy. And then we have here this very classy water fountain. Again, you are not in Las Vegas. This is the opulence of Beverly Hills. Remember last Sunday, not a single water fountain was on? This Sunday in Beverly Hills, every water fountain is on. Hey Karen Bass. This is probably going to become a pickleball court soon, but it's under video surveillance, so. Oh, someone came to visit me from Hollywood. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, Axel Foley doesn't want to go back to Beverly Hills. It's still really lovely. I'm kind of making fun of this. Sort of feels like a really nouveau riche spot. But taint that all of Beverly Hills. Anyway, they used to have a really nice bakery there. I don't know if it's there anymore. And then, okay, I really just want to cross the street. So this is the Mayborn, Beverly Hills. Ooh, smelly. Give me DTLA any day. That really smelled like a dirty laundry room. No outlet, but I can go out of here because there's just no outlet for cars. Yes, please say hi to everyone on the stream. Absolutely, everyone can see the chat. I don't think I could say hi to everybody. I try to say hi to everybody. I mean, not that there's like a million people on here or 200, but I kind of am walking, so I kind of occasionally miss something in the chat. So here we go. Sidewalk closed. Cross only on signal. I love a good, oh, I have 6 seconds. That's pretty lucky. I guarantee I would have been waiting forever to cross that. So we're gonna walk down Wilshire. I love Wilshire Boulevard. I guess Purple Line extension is gonna be coming up here. The Purple Line is actually closed for maybe it's now 68 or 69 days. That's pretty exciting. When I used to have to work in Beverly Hills, I would have to take the train to, oh my gosh, sure, but I don't know where you are. Oh, Jamie, am I out of your range now? I'm down on Cannon, or Canyon, if you prefer. Here, I'll stand here for a second. There's a nice cool breeze. I'll stand in the shade of these palm fronds, right in the center. All right, I'm on Wilshire and Cannon, or Canyon. I'm waiting for the Purple Line Metro. Is it gonna come above ground? No. Oh, I did. Do you have a hat on? Where are you now? Jamie, I will tell you what, the next time I am in the area, we'll definitely kind of meet. I think it's too far for me to go back all the way up to like Rodeo, Little Santa Monica. And I would hate for you to have to travel all the way down here to say hi. Oh, but we live in the same city. Let's take a stroll and a roll sometime. My email address is in the description of the channel, or it's actually on the channel too, but it's in the description of the page of the stream. Just hit me up there and we'll meet, hang out. All right, you're on Cannon. Let me walk back up. You're moving faster than I am. So I'm walking back up Wilshire towards Cannon, which I like to also call Canyon. I feel like it used to have a tilde over the N, or maybe it only does above Wilshire Boulevard. And Jamie Schmidt, I first remember you reminding us that it was the 40th anniversary of Three's Company. I think that was the first time you joined us. You mentioned that. I know that you also know where the Three's Company apartment is. I remember you mentioning that as well. So give me a sec. I'm gonna cross. I now have 4 seconds to do this. Wow, the luck I've had getting across Wilshire Boulevard today is amazing. So I'm on Cannon. Oh, I thought. All right, Jamie, I'm on Cannon. Almost. And Clifton. Are you on the sunny side of the street or the shady side of the street? There you are. Hey. Sorry, the microphone. Nice to meet you. I'm doing well. Hey, Jamie. This is Jamie, guys. I wanted to say hi to you all. You'll show up in a second. It's a great day to be out.
It is.
Really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What are you doing today?
Just out for a walk.
Right?
I love a Sunday afternoon.
And you live in Beverly Hills?
I've been here 13 years. Yeah, I live over on Doheny.
Oh, nice. I remember some of the conversations that we've had online. I know you were looking for a place to live at some point.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Yeah, that's a battle.
I just got the sheriff's notice. I've been evicted, so I can't afford to live here any longer. So
It's really tough.
I'm looking for someone with a room to rent, maybe, or somewhere until I get into a more permanent place.
Well, I'll look out. I have my email in the description for this.
Okay.
Let's meet up, have a cup of coffee, and see if we can't do something for you. Take care, brother.
just-
Thank you
which
for
way are
meeting
you
me.
heading?
I'm heading way down Wilshire. I'm gonna hop on the train and go back home.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk to Western.
Okay. Yes. It's good to
Take
see
care, brother. Take care.
It says no smoking marijuana on the sidewalk.
I'm not smoking marijuana on the sidewalk. And besides, it's also Los Angeles. It's all about smoking marijuana on the sidewalk here. So that is Jamie. I didn't see a phone. I don't know how he's watching us, but I'm glad he did. We met him a couple of months ago when we walked to Santa Monica. So yeah, rent is really tough in Los Angeles. I think we talk about this a lot. I really have the luck of the Irish with this crosswalk today. Is it gonna be, oh my God, I have 18 seconds. I've always been mesmerized by the soffit on that building because it's got that stained glass. So I definitely, I wonder if BD, his power came back on. I haven't seen him in the chat. Maybe he's just watching, but. And I wonder if Cecilia is still in Chicago. Or if she was I hope she's having an awesome time. She would have liked the art fair. So I'm gonna start looking up events for next Saturday. The week of the 21st, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I usually tell you guys most stuff like this. We're finally going to go away. And we'll be doing some out of Los Angeles County live streams. That should be kind of exciting. Kind of looking forward to that. We're not going anywhere cool or fancy like the Clown Hotel or the Madonna Inn. But as much as I love LA, it's always nice to have a couple day break. So we'll go and sleep on the couch of Joseph's family for a few days. Surprise! Kidding. Yeah, I think like as the summer goes on, I'm gonna get out of Los Angeles more and more because it's cooler temperature wise. I do need to get back to the valley though before July. Only because I'm walking. So Long Beach this Thursday, and then I really would love to do like even a Laguna Beach drive at sunset. That's when I really fell in love with California. Just watching the sunset and all those like bamboo forests. Well, there really weren't forests, but it seemed like a disproportionate amount of bamboo. And the way the light played through it, I might be really misremembering that. I thought I would live in Laguna Beach. I wouldn't have liked it anyway. I really feel like I need to be closer to things, even though I'm not a lovely, like, super duper social person and going out and partying all the time. I do like to be able to walk or take the train to a kite festival. I kind of feel like I belong in the city also. The time that we walked to Santa Monica, we did walk through Century City. I haven't done the Century City Mall because it's pretty amazing. I just feel like mall at Christmas time because the decorations makes it more special. And this past year, I wasn't really live streaming at Christmas time yet, so most of what I did that was Christmassy was with the tiny little hidden camera. Kidding. I don't really know much about Century City, except for the mall. But I'm game. I really want to make sure that we hit a lot of places, even if it's like a tiny neighborhood. One thing about the members videos too is that, like, I have done Westwood, but for me personally, it wasn't enough to make. I was making 4K videos before. Wasn't enough for me to make a compelling 4K video of it. That seemed like more like a live stream. So that I will share. And also, there are a couple of other places that I've filmed at that I didn't make a 4K video at the time because I wanted longer content. So I did a lot of the mall stuff at Christmas time. I really love Christmas decorations and just the way everything looks. So I'm almost to 4 miles now. And I might have overspoken by saying I was going to walk to the train station because I forgot the stupid purple line is not open. So that means I have to walk all the way to Western, which I actually said out loud. I probably will. I wonder how much those are a month. I'm not like a religious person. I think we have mentioned that before. I appreciate stuff like religions or Jesus, you know. But I like Americana Christmas and the crazy decorations and light up stuff. I have none of that. The only, like, I have a bunch of Christmas ornaments that we use every year, except for last year. We never set up a Christmas tree. And I have an orange pumpkin that I bought at Rite Aid that lights up for 99 cents. It looks like a real pumpkin, except it fell in the back of the closet and now it looks like a rotten plastic pumpkin. I also have more Halloween Burbank tape because we did that as a walk and I never used that walk either. I grew up, I think I mentioned this before, so my father was Catholic, sort of. My Italian grandmother was very Catholic. I actually grew up going to church with my mother, Unitarian church, but I did go to Catholic CCD, even though Now, should I pick that up before it causes a car wreck? I will, but it's just gonna do it again. But we wouldn't, hey Scott Hahn, your sign's going down Wilshire. And I saved it. I saved your sign, Scott Hahn. I'm pretty open-minded and accepting of all people that are not trying to harm other people. I don't love religions that do so. I currently don't go to any church, but I've thought about going to Unitarian Church. Unitarian Church seems really California to me, although I don't, it's very Bostonian, old New England kind of religion. So I'm on Doheny. Ah, this is where you live, Jamie. Is La Brea next? I almost think it would be smarter if I walk back up to Santa Monica and we walk through a little West Hollywood maybe. Although I kind of want to save West Hollywood for Pride weekend walk. Oh, I hate the ones where you have to press the button. Oh, this is a green arrow. Hey, focus. No other land. Oh, I thought that was a message. So am I about to die? I mean, unalive. I don't know if that's 3 bands, 1 band with a really long name. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna walk, I was gonna walk back to Western on Wilshire. I think I'm gonna take La Cienega left though, and then go through West Hollywood. And then maybe I'll keep walking, but I think I turned my watch on today. And I turned it off just now, but I turned my watch on today. We're at 3.75 miles. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've reworked it in my head. I'm taking the next major left, which I believe is La Cienega. We're gonna walk up La Cienega, and then we are going to go right down Santa Monica, AKA Route 66, and see what's happening in West Hollywood. I really love that Lucid car, I have to say. So we'll be walking West Hollywood, unless, you know, something happens. I remember taking the bus from, I guess it was Vermont, all the way to Beverly Hills every day when I worked here. Not every day, but, 5 days a week. I heard, we watch Hacks, and there is a personal assistant on Hacks of the 2 agents, and she was like on a bus, and he was like, why are you on a bus? And she's like, I like to take the bus for the first 2 weeks so I can learn a city before I drive. Kind of smart, actually. I did learn a lot from taking public transportation. Also, the 3 or 4 months during a summer that I decided I didn't want to work and that it might be really great to make money delivering food as a side hustle while I tanned. Kidding. Well, I had fun. Helped me to learn the city immensely. Did a lot of, not great on your car, but it's a great way to learn a city, become an Uber driver. I mean, cab drivers, especially London cab drivers, right? They kind of have to know insane routes places. So there is a video online. I may have already reposted it. Somebody else's video of them driving down Wilshire Boulevard in like the 1930s or 40s or maybe both and the 50s. And it just looked pretty amazing, first of all, but it looked so much more service oriented with like restaurants and gas stations. And I never saw Marianne Williamson. I've always looked at the Saban Theater, but I've never actually been in it. Oh, look at the new Audi. Actually, this might, like, there's very little of that original architecture on this street, actually. I feel like the same shape building was here, but it was like Spanish style with the terracotta, like, little roofs and little windows. That is a ugly building that has not been there since 1978. There's all these weird car stores on this street that pop up and disappear with like insane cars in the windows. I haven't walked down this street in a very long time. Marianne Williamson was an interesting political person. We're gonna go left on Robertson. That's the start of West Hollywood. I'm on Wilshire and I'm about to hit Robertson, and I'm gonna cross on Robertson. Okay, so this really cool building right here. Sorry, I'm not even showing you the cool part. Really cool old Spanishy building is going to become that. Heinous building. That is really just ugly. Sorry. Protest. I'm getting a picket sign and I'm coming down here tomorrow. Do I really want to go up Robertson? No, let's take the next street. Robertson kind of looks dead. I'm allowed to change my mind a little bit sometimes. Sorry. Please don't let this be one of those. I can just Mentos through his car. I'll pop a Mentos in my mouth and then I'll just stomp on his head and walk over to the other side. And by stomp, I don't mean like violently, just like step. Step on his head. I really wish I did have some Mentos. I might be more daring on this walk. Are those the emojis that come with the, like, in the text? Because I really love that green one with the stop, with the hand out. Ooh, there's a festival going on down there, probably for that school. Because you gotta have art. Whoa! You think it's stuck? It hasn't moved for a little bit. The terror in the sky. I gotta explore those some more. I hope I'm not redoing any of them with our member emojis. Double Barrel, the whiskey shop. A pretty quiet area on the weekend. And we've seen the Beverly Hills Police Cruiser like 18 times on the street, so you know it's safe. I thought they were gonna arrest me for a second. Not me. I'm gonna cross here. I've got 9 seconds. Kind of a little situation. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. I hope everything is all right with the gentleman. I did Gladys Kravitz out there for a minute. I apologize. It's usually not my style. But that cop really was driving right at me. You could see in the camera. I'm gonna sue. I'm joking. Woo! I also love that building, that like little Frenchy, Normandy-esque. That's what I'm calling it. It may not be. So let's go left on Carson, maybe? Let me look up Carson and see if it's worth going left on. Wide and dry. I've never even heard of Carson before. Nope, I think La Cienega was the best choice. We're gonna walk by the Beverly Center. I'm probably not gonna go in because I'll lose my reception. I've got 40% left for my... This actually is a pretty cool building in some way. I have 40% left on my charge, so I think we're good for another little bit. No, I've never gone to anything like that, but I would love to know when there's one again, because I would definitely go. Bewitched is like an iconic show in my family. Mostly because my redheaded nana reminded me of Endora, caftans and all, and then my mother kind of reminded me a little of Samantha Stevens. But my grandmother, in my memory, kind of had that kind of mid-Atlantic accent. Ledoux is right here. So I don't really hang out in Beverly Hills, at Beverly Hills. I actually don't hang out in Beverly Hills that often, or West Hollywood. I'm going to take a left on Ledoux and then take a right because it looks like the sidewalk ends right there and I really don't want to cross the street again. Actually, no it doesn't, but that's all right. We can walk this way. We'll be able to see what I was talking about earlier. So you have, that house is not a bad rebuild. It's kind of enormous, but you've got this cute little 1950s, 60s, maybe 40s house right there, 40s. And then this ranch that they tried to jazz up. This little cute guy. This classic. And then, what is that? I mean, it's better than some where like they looks like they tried to like match the neighborhood, but it still looks a little McMansion-y. And then there's this one. So I'm all about building things for more people to be able to live. And these neighborhoods are really against medium density housing or anything like that, even though they have some really cool, maybe a little further up ahead, like courtyard style apartment buildings, which are very California. They're really against them, and so they don't let them build stuff like that. So when you tear down this little cute house, something like that, this house could easily be like 3 apartments. You build a giant monster like that, and I think that takes away from the neighborhood more than building a medium density courtyard apartment building, which are just historically California. But there are some really cute little vintage houses. We've walked through, not up this street before, but walked through this neighborhood. I'm going to cross to the other side because I have a feeling I'm going to want to be on the other side of the street anyway. So hey, if you guys are checking it out for the first time, please feel free to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. The algorithm, it helps us with that algorithm, etc. Also, just while we're on this, block and not talking too much, I just do want to mention that we do have memberships available. We do new videos every week, every Tuesday to be exact. And I just want to stop and look at this house for 1 second. I both love and am intrigued by that. It looks like almost like a secret restaurant. We also have live streams and polls and member emojis, like that cool LA emoji. The one thing I find increasingly annoying about West Hollywood, and I don't think these were always here, but everything has a rotary or a roundabout. I don't know what you want to call it. I think I used to call them roundabouts, and now I call them rotaries. Really, people don't know how to handle these in California. No, I'm going to wait to get home, and Joe and I are going to get something to eat. We're on a strict non-SHIOTTY diet. I'm just trying not to have any crap for a couple days. We've had so much. First of all, we continued to eat the Korean snacks for the whole week. I think we ate more little cakes than I've eaten in my lifetime. So I feel like we've been balancing that out by having these really healthy bowls. And so I'm going to wait to get home, because if I eat something out right now, while I'm out and about right now, it's probably going to be a donut. Or a pastry. Oh, I've been dying for pizza also all week. So at the same time that I'm like trying to reject all this crap food, I'm also dying for things like pizza. I don't want McDonald's, or I don't want like Wendy's. And I do love me some Wendy's or Taco Bell. I just really want, or macaroni and cheese, which is really not healthy. Well, you know what? If you want to meet me and get tacos, I am going to be at Santa Monica in a few minutes. I'll let you know when I'm hopping on the bus. We can meet at one of our 2 favorite spots. Hey, Sharon. Happy Sunday. Hey, KT. It's really weird when there's like, so if you go further up, like Beechwood or Bronson or the street over from Bronson, these are all in that Franklin Canyon area. There's like a courtyard apartment, which is like a mile up, or like apartment buildings that are a mile up. And I always wonder, like, and they're like from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and also 90s. But like, who in those days lived up there, and why did they live that far away without a car? Well, it's because we had great public transportation until the 50s. So up over here on the left, Cedar Sinai, just beyond that, the Beverly Center. I really got to watch out because this guy is looking at his phone. Hey, BD, do you have your power yet? I didn't see you come on there. Are you guys still without power? Hopefully not. I don't know if I could deal with that. Joseph and I have a conversation every once in a while, and it's like, how long do you think before society would collapse if we lost internet and power? Like 24 hours, 48 hours? a week. Joseph thinks it would be less than 24 hours. So right over there is the Beverly Center, as seen in movies. What is it? Scenes from a Mall with Steve Martin and Bette Midler. I can imagine. Should I do it? I'm going to jaywalk. I'm going to face the street so you can see the car that leads to my demise. None of them. We had no power for like 2 hours a couple of weeks ago, if that. And we were at each other's throats. I'm kidding, we were not at all. Not at all. We played Yahtzee. This is Our Lady of Mount Lebanon. I've never seen it before. Okay, that's Saint Charbel. I've never heard of Saint Charbel before. You did win Yahtzee. You always, Yahtzee always starts off where it looks like I'm gonna win because you can't remember the rules because we play it like once every 2 or 3 years, and then you slaughter me. And I'm angry because I get really cocky and heady about, oh yeah, it's gonna be another Yahtzee notch on my belt. And then you just take me down with your rolls. Did they tell you, BD, why the power was out for that long? That seems like an awfully long time. How many people were affected by that? I don't feel like I heard that on the news. Mary! So we're on San Vicente. We're behind the mall. I will cross here, and then we'll walk on the side of the mall. That is insane. At least it wasn't winter. I don't know how cold it is there right now, but at least there wasn't like snow on the ground. There's nothing worse than having no power when when you live somewhere freezing or with winter weather, which has happened to me many times. Winter has caused me a lot of grief in my life. I've slidden off the freeway more times than you can count. Usually laughing the whole way. So a couple of years ago, I feel kind of bad for the Beverly Center. A couple blocks away is the Grove, which of course is the cooler mall over here, right? And this is an old staple that's been here. Every time I walk through it, and I will admit I haven't been for maybe 3 years, it's kind of a little bit of a ghost town, and tons of stuff is like under construction or it has the facades up in front of it. For the Win, that's the burger place that everybody talks about. We've eaten there one time, loved it. Too much salt though. Like I remember the burger being just really salty, although smash perfection. It was just a little too like whatever their seasoning is. Their special For the Win seasoning. So across from the Beverly Center, and that's why I don't understand why this place isn't like booming more, is this like sort of outlet place. Look, it's got a Baja Fresh outlet. When have you seen a Baja Fresh last? But also like Nordstrom, Rec, and then a Saks Fifth Avenue. I think they were supposed to have a Banana Republic outlet over here, but it never came. I don't really like the Banana Republic outlet. I feel like outlets have just clothes that are made for the outlet, and so sometimes they have like stuff from the store. Oh, they do have a J. Crew outlet. It is beautiful out today. I'm fortunate enough to be walking in the shade right now. I can't remember what the temperature is, like 70 something. I have my BlackBerry turned off, so I won't be able to see the temperature without pulling out the plastic phone. But last we looked at 70. Why don't you just drive? Like, seriously. It was really sweet of them to stop, but they could have slipped by me. I'm walking pretty slow. I once bought a bunch of stuff at the J. Crew outlet. I just felt like it never felt the same as the J. Crew non-outlet. Yeah, this was a rockin' mall 20 years ago. I mean, I think it was on its way out then, but it had like... Should we try to go in it? I can't remember where the escalator is. Online shopping has kind of ruined a lot of shopping experience. I think the shopping experience has to be more experience than actual shopping. Like, you try stuff on, it gets shipped to you. You get stuff tailored for you, it gets shipped to you a couple days later. Like, they don't actually have maybe the product that you want. I don't know what I'm saying, but it does have to be creating moments and creating events, creating things that people can take pictures of and put on Instagram and yada, yada, yada. You know, that's the world that we live in right now. All right, so just for you, BD, I am going to go in as far as I can. As soon as the signal goes to 100, I'm going to back out. I have a feeling that it's not going to be a great signal in here. But who knows? I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Like, see, they have a Gold's Gym. That's really a smart thing to have in here. But the whole Macy's, they had a really excellent Macy's here that was more like a Saks Fifth Avenue. That gone. That whole floor for men. I've never actually gone up this escalator, but we're going to try this one. I'm surprised we've held up to 5,000 right now because this is a pretty congested area. So here's the side entrance. I just want to give... Let's see what happens. Enjoy the music while you can. I'll be taking it out later. Let me make sure it's... I've got the sound cancellation on, so... Still at 5.5. Our downtown Macy's recently just closed also. It was literally the last department store. Maybe it wasn't literally the last department store. If you count Burlington Coat Factory and Ross Dress for Less, but it was the last like department store. Let's boba. Boba, that hits the spot. Okay, we're still at 5,500. This mall had a sexy Santa. I remember that. Like the first place that had a sexy Santa that I remember. So I think the free Wi-Fi though, I'm going to have to shut this screen down, open it up and turn back on the Wi-Fi, which sounds like not exactly something we want to mess around with. Right? It doesn't automatically connect to the Wi-Fi. Daily perk. They're not together. We still have 5,500. Maybe there's a T-Mobile in here and they boost their signal throughout the mall. There was a T-Mobile at the fair. Remember how good the... Oh. All right. I've never come up this side before, but... Get a pretty phenomenal view, actually. I hate getting near the glass, because even though I can't fall through it. West Hollywood Hills. It's much nicer walking through this mall, I've got to tell you. So yeah, it looks... The Macy's is still open. The men's store is gone. Ooh, should we go to the Sprinkles cupcake machine? How much is... I would almost rather get the mix. I'm just talking about how I want to eat healthy foods. And then walk right over to the Sprinkles cupcake machine. I'm not going to get a cupcake. I remember coming to this mall when I first moved here. Like it had pretty cool stores, or like one-up stores. And by one-up stores, I don't mean like Grandma's Lace Lounge, like one-up stores that sold cool stuff. It is definitely clean. But it's Sunday. We're in a mall. There's like 10 people in our view. This is basically a cooling center. Let's go up the escalator. We are still at 5,500 kbps. So, full stream. Hey. No pickleball yet, but they have table tennis. Still at 5.5. That's my opinion, but how do these stores stay in business when no one's in them? It's like Dolce & Gabbana has one person in it. I guess if they sell one Dolce & Gabbana, like, they're good to go for the day. Apple Store is slamming compared to other stores. Still at 5,500. Everybody. they're playing the oldies today at the mall. There's a cologne or perfume that everybody's wearing right now, and it just smells like mosquito repellent to me. I noticed it a couple months ago. There's the Bloomies, Banana Republic. Here's my part. Wetzel's Pretzels, Club Monaco. I love Club Monaco, although I haven't been there for a while. This is 3 levels. I had a friend who worked in this Bloomingdale's, and they would run into TV people all the time. We're just gonna peek at this view one more time. So you can see the Hollywood sign over there. This mall is 3 levels. We were just on the top level. This is the 2nd level. This would be the perfect place for any celebrity to shop because there's not very many people here. Even the Bath and Body Works is so low. And everyone loves Bath and Body Works. Beverly Hills. I think this is West Hollywood, though, or maybe just Los Angeles. Hey, KT. Welcome, welcome. We are in the empty mall on a Sunday. We've done a lot today, actually. We walked in the park. We looked at some art. We walked through Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, and now we're at the mall. Like a full day. I don't know what the Webster is. Oh, it's a store. Oh, a better view of the table tennis. Or ping pong. So there's 3 levels. Maybe we haven't gone to the top level, but this mall, of course, is on top of a parking lot. That's always the thing that kind of made me nervous about it. Louisa, I don't know what that is. Aftercare, free piercing. Should we? Should we do a piercing on the street? They have a little mini Brooks Brothers. The food court is on the very top level, I believe. It's kind of tucked away and hidden. But hey, I've got to say, I would go to this mall if I needed to go to a mall and wanted to sit in a lot of traffic. I usually just go to the Glendale Mall because I live on the east side, right? And traffic is better. So let's head back out of the mall and see what views we can see. Wow, the Sherman Oaks. There's two malls in Sherman Oaks, right? Fashion Square and the one right near the 101 or the Ventura Freeway. And they both have the word fashion in them. So a couple blocks from here, BD, is the Grove. And I think that also led to the downfall of this mall because really the high-end name stores that we see here are also over there. So they also have a Louis Vuitton and etc. The song is really loud on the third floor. I maybe should have gone to the food court and checked out the boba. All right, this is not nice music to listen to at the mall. It's a little too emotional. Can you hear that screaming? Oh my god, this song is on my last gay nerve. Alright, that song couldn't end fast enough. Alright, we are back outside. These puppies are still here. Hi, puppies. My mommy went in to get lipstick and she never came out. Remember when you could actually go in and look at the newborn babies through glass? You can't do that anymore. I don't think. Imagine growing up with the wrong parents and finding out when you were like 20. I might have told this story before, but for most of my maybe until I was like 13, my sister told us we had an older sister that left when I was really little because she didn't like me. Her name was Lynn. She wasn't real. Too much security because people can't be trusted. You know? We are now in West Hollywood. So we're a couple blocks away from the Grove, which is another mall. This is where the fun Macy's used to be. I guess now it's a bowling alley. It says Lucky Strike. Hey, 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 Base Logic. So we're going to continue up La Cienega. We're going to end up hitting the end of West Hollywood, so we were just on Rodeo a little bit ago. We're now in WeHo. So I'm going to walk up La Cienega and then walk down a little bit and then probably catch my next bus back home so I can put my feet up for a couple hours and actually maybe meet Joe and get some tacos. Happy Sunday. If you guys are here for the first time and just creeping, that's all right, but please like or subscribe, and if you subscribe, please chat. A pretty nice group of people. I used to drive down this street a lot for work and I hate it. La Cienega. I feel like that is true, or being made into a musical. Hey, Monica. Happy Sunday. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Looks like we have a bunch of late brunchers out on the sidewalk here. Keep your peepers out. I love Tina Fey. I didn't see the Legally Blonde musical. I also liked what's her name, the girl, the kooky rock and roll girl from that movie. The one who commented on the bus driver. Oh. The last time I went to the Beverly Center was at Christmas time, and this actually boutique, Cosmo Boutique, they let me park behind there because the parking was full. And then we went into the mall, it was all partitioned off in a really weird way, and it seemed like a makeshift haunted house. Those are kind of, the strip clubs are kind of few and far between. I feel like 20 or even 15 years ago, there was like 2 per block in Hollywood. That place has been there forever. That is Trashy Lingerie. They have trashy lingerie, and also I think at one time they might have had vintage stuff in there also. When I first moved here, do you guys remember Anna Nicole Smith? Of course you do. Bobby Trendy, the designer from that show, his shop was one of these buildings over here. That was early reality TV days. Sorry, just stopped because someone wrote on the sidewalk, the Wright brothers invented the bicycle. I was hoping it said here. And I could be like, pull that pearl of wisdom out. The Wright brothers invented the bicycle right here. Oh yeah, the beanery, it's right. Actually, I think it might be right up ahead of us. I've never been to the beanery. It is a bit... It's got some controversial signage in it, actually. That's not really why I've never been there. I've just never had the cause. I actually kind of loved that show, and really, that was on when I first moved here. Maybe it was repeats. I felt like I was watching it when I first moved here. Probably was a year before on, though, or 2. I'm not great with TV. I'm a little more current now, except when I canceled Netflix for like 6 months so I can watch a ton of stuff, or Hulu. We're about to get Hulu again because we built up a considerable enough amount of shows, I think, but I really want to get Netflix because I haven't seen any of the Black Mirror stuff yet, and I love Black Mirror. The Anna Nicole Smith show. The reality show she had when she first, or when I first moved out here, except I think it was before I moved out here. I know, I mostly watch YouTube too, but we do have like 4 or 5 TV shows that we watch. And I think most of the stuff I watched is pretty short, but I actually mentioned this a while ago, like a month ago or 2 weeks ago, I think when you were on, that I've been watching movies, but like in small, digestible 30-minute bites. I think I didn't mention it a month ago, I mentioned it like a week ago. Like I was watching Zodiac, and I watched it like over the course of 3 nights. And she would get in fights with Bobby Trendy. No, I agree. I don't really like sitting through a long movie. I know that I'm going to fall asleep if I'm watching it at home. So it's upsetting to other people to like watch a movie with me because I'm just going to fall asleep. I don't sit down. Well, that's not true. I'm not often in a relaxing pose. I'm walking a lot. So when I do, I just fall asleep. I have no problem falling asleep. It was a trip, and you kind of felt for her in a way, and I don't know. I had a soft spot for her after that show, because Anna Nicole seemed like whatever she was, the root of it was she was probably a really sweet, lovely, naive, generous, of spirit woman that it didn't turn out so well for her. I do remember a movie where she played a helicopter pilot. Or maybe that was Pam Anderson, and she was trying to land the helicopter on a downtown skyscraper, and all I was thinking was, oh, so that's the beginning of Melrose right there. It's not the end I generally go to, though. It's a Gucci end. Carries more than Pilates. It would have been cool if it was Lattes more than Pilates or something that rhymed. Or limed. Hey, Joe. For sure. I feel like when I was growing up, we had a coffee table book. My mother wasn't into celebrities at all, but I think my uncle Jimmy gave her a coffee table book about celebrities that had passed too early. It was called Too Young to Unalive, right? And I just remember reading about each one of these people. Hello, Jobia. Willkommen nach Los Angeles. My mother loved Janis Joplin, actually. So I remember just reading about Marilyn Monroe in that book, and she was in Too Young to Unalive. And her kind of a broken person to start with. So I'm sure it's a lot of pressure to be a star, you know, or to have, maybe that's undercutting it, but to have that kind of scrutiny on you. I think it must be 100-fold nowadays for people, though. I think we're kind of watching that with Justin Bieber, kind of. I don't think he's going through anything, but I think, like, whatever it is, we all go through something, but I think, like, the media and paparazzi keep driving these narratives about him. I bet you, after a while of hearing that about yourself, I'm also not a Justin Bieber fan, I don't know why I'm talking about him, but imagine about hearing that crap about yourself, probably kind of is not good for you. And I don't think everybody is tough enough to handle it. Anyway, Bieber. We wish you well. Wouldn't it be awesome if this is the wallpaper store? It's not, but go Nathan Turner. I love that when life gave you lemons or an ugly partition, you definitely made lemonade. Look, that same Fabric is on the chair. My mother also loved Judy Collins. We also had a Janis Joplin book too, which I think my uncle might have given to my mother as well. Very hoity-toity Tharo and Ball paint store. They make a really lovely paint, by the way. Just unparalleled. Unaffordable, but unparalleled. That's the kind of chair I would like to sit in right now, but maybe with my sneakers off. So we're almost back up to Santa Monica. Here's what's up for this week. Wednesday, we're gonna go get food. I gotta talk to Joe and see if he wants to do an evening one or if I'm gonna go alone during the day. We're gonna try to find something healthy. Thursday, we go to Long Beach at 11 a.m. Just know that give me 10 or 15 minutes sometimes because I am trying to demonstrate that public transportation is a viable option for us, and I sometimes end up mixing my time, so I always want to be on time. I'm so hungry right now. So Wednesday, we'll pick a food place. Thursday, we have got Long Beach. Friday, mystery walk. I've been working on a Hong Kong, I keep saying that. For a long time, I worked for a company that did business with Hong Kong, and we were never allowed to call it China. Now it's called China, or you're not allowed to call it Hong Kong anymore. And for some reason, every time I go to say Chinatown, at least only for the past 2 days, I've gone to say Hong Kong instead. So I've also been working on a Chinatown punk rock thing, which I could wrap up. Or we could just do a fun walk. That chair is probably, I don't know, $7,000. I once sold a Ralph Lauren chair that was made from vintage quilt pieces, and it was like Ralph Lauren purple label. That was like $3,300. It really looked like your grandmother patched a chair up over the course of multiple years, in which case it was very kind of lovely in that sense, but it looked like an antique. Like a beat down antique chair with multiple patterns. How could I do that? Joe and I haven't eaten. I don't know if you ate anything. I didn't. We woke up early. I made coffee. We walk the dogs. It takes about an hour. The morning walk takes about an hour because we have one dog that wants to just go on a certain route. On a certain route, no matter what. And if you try to get him to go another way, it looks like you're pulling a sweet little medium-sized, giant, fluffy, cute dog. He is all of those things, but on a walk, he's super stubborn. He's like a poodle mix, but he doesn't have poodle hair. He has like straight hair. So he looks like if you can imagine one of those troll pencil dolls after you have spun it, and maybe a little bit of English sheepdog, but he doesn't have really long bangs. He's really sweet, and you can, just to drag him, up. He doesn't like it. And also you look pretty terrible doing that. So my bus stop is up right here. I did just hear the gimbal turn off, but it just turned back on. I think it's gonna shut down because it's dying. We are at 2 hours and 35 minutes of stream for this Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for walking in LA with me. Again, Long Beach, oh, it's shutting off. Long Beach Thursday, food on Wednesday, Friday, who knows what we're gonna do. And then I'll see you again on Sunday. I think we're gonna go to the Melrose flea market next Sunday. So thank you guys so much for walking and watching. This has been another episode of Walking in Los Angeles. I wanna play like thank you for the members, but the gimbal is gonna die and it's gonna flip and show my shoes, which are, you know, the shoes I always wear. But with this camera, it makes my legs look crazy. Anyway, have a great rest of your weekend. I'm holding the gimbal in place with my hand. Thank you, members. I'll see you members on Tuesday. We have a video coming up. And then I still keep talking about the mystery members walk for next month where we're gonna solve a mystery. I'll put something up on that in a couple days. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Hugs.